Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel. So today's video, we're going to talk about what people will not do again when the time comes. Meaning, we are undoubtedly, guys, going to face another lockdown. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year, but we're going to see another one. We're going to see more of these demands come back, whether that's putting a mask on, the commie covers, the arm ticket, whatever it is, we're going to see this come back. People put in that fight, and a few of us, not a lot of us, but a few of us put in that fight the last time. Some of us lost our jobs, some of us were forced to retire, some of us just simply left. Some of us broke away from family members, some of us are not talking to friends because of all of these things that happened last year, and even this year. With that being said, guys, when this comes around again, because it will, because they're gearing up to tell the story of another variant, they're going to again drop the hammer and start mandating the arm ticket again, and or the commie covers, or both. And with that, people who put in that fight the first time are not going to have it in them to do it again. They're just not. People lost so much money because they walked away from it. People lost so much money because they didn't want to comply. With that, guys, when the fight comes around again, because it's going to be the same fight to wear you down. This is what they're doing. Now, I could be completely off base on that, but I think they're going to wear a lot of people down. Now, me personally, there's no wearing down. It's fucking high speed all the way to the grave. A lot of people are going to be high speed all the way to the grave. But a lot of you, or the other half, if you will, sorry, you're going to give in because you don't want to lose money again, because you probably just got a nice job. You just got hired somewhere new. This place is not taking the arm ticket, or they dropped their mandate on the arm ticket. And now you got a job. And now you're working again. Now you're feeling good. You're getting dressed. You're making money. You're going out to have fancy dinners and shit. Then the mandates come around again. And now the company's asking you to do something you didn't do before. A lot of people are going to wind up taking the shot because they don't have that fight in them. They don't want to fight again. They don't want to lose that money again. They just got comfortable. Now, some people will get up and leave without batting an eyelash. But I fear that a lot of people are just going to give in because they just don't want to fight anymore. You're going to see less people protesting. You're going to see less people in the street telling fuck you and all this other bullshit. You're going to see way less of that. People have had enough with fighting that I think they're just going to fold to whatever it is. We got people folding to free speech now. We got people, well, you know, maybe it's just easier if we don't say this so that we can keep that going. Maybe it's easier to keep money in our pockets and not get canceled off of YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. People are playing that game. People don't want to lose that money. And there are a lot of people who are new to YouTube who are going to start feeling it in the pockets and trying to adapt to it by not saying what's on their mind. Right? That's pretty much the point of, you know, doing these videos and shit, guys. Because whatever's on your mind, you want to get out there. Even if it's not factual, but you still want to get it out there, so be it. But people are playing a game. So there are a lot of people who are conforming to YouTube's rules. Now, yes, changing words around is one thing. Completely staying away from something is an entirely different animal. And a lot of people are doing that. As you can see, I'm still getting strikes and shit. There are other channels still getting strikes. Now, I'm trying to play the strike game a little smarter by giving myself 3 months in between each strike. But nonetheless, I'm going to keep pushing those buttons. But when you start giving in completely, guys, for the money, that's when there's an issue. Because, guys, it doesn't matter how I place it. If I say arm ticket, if I say juiced up, if I say vax or mandate, doesn't matter how I play it. If YouTube doesn't like it, they're going to take it down. And when your channel gets big enough and recognized enough, they wind up taking you down for that very thing. Sydney Watson, she's going through fucking hell right now with her channel, right? Jeremy in the Quartering, he got his fucking channel knocked around a couple times, but they still continue to say what they're going to say and still get the message across, right? If you're still going to get the message across and you still want it to display your dislike for something, whatever that is, you're going to keep doing it. You're just going to fucking change the verbiage around to get around it. But nonetheless, you're still getting that point across. When you fucking completely fold like origami, you'll stay away from that topic altogether. Like so many prepper channels have when it came to COVID. They just didn't want to get that strike. They sat there and they believed in whatever it was, the vax or what the CDC was telling them. That's on them. They just didn't want to lose that money. And that's understandable when it's your livelihood. But when you start talking to people and telling them, well, you know, free speech is not what's all cracked up to be, well, then you lose my respect. So there was one channel that actually lost my respect for playing that bullshit. But then again, he lives in commie land, so whatever. Guys, it's amazing that this fight is going to keep happening. And they're probably going to wear us down with other things. They're probably going to come up with a new variant. They're probably going to come up with a new disease altogether. They're going to come up with some mumbo jumbo to fucking browbeat us every step of the way. So unfortunately for us, we're going to have to fucking make some harder stances. But how many of you are going to make that hard stance? Because we already went through it. People, like I said, people lost their jobs and got fired. You think they're going to go through that again? You think they're going to put their families through that bullshit again? Nope. And that's what it comes down to. See, if you're single, you can put yourself through it as many times as you want. But if you have family, you're not going to put your family through that a million times. Now, my wife we already discussed it. If I take the next job, which might be in Texas, if I take the next job and they fucking mandate the shot, I already told them walking away. And she was like, fine. She's okay with it. Your family has to be okay with it, and you have to be okay with it, most importantly. But you got to think about it, guys. Just because we're in this lull right now, we're coming out of the woods, if you will, just to go back into it soon. But we're coming out of the woods. You got to understand that this might happen again. And if it does, or when it does, are you ready to drop that hammer and walk away from it all again? Other than that, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.